This one's interesting. I found Japan's $70 million Dine theme park that failed to attract tourists. This should be interesting. We have castles. We have archers. We have terracotta armies. Pretty big terracotta armies. And Buddhas. So many Buddhas. And scale replica of the Forbidden City in China, which have been to the real thing. It's much, much bigger than this. And I think that's supposed to be an Egyptian pyramid? Timu version, perhaps? And also traditional European clothing. Looks like some from Germany, and some from other parts of Europe. Interesting. That looked like Neuschwanstein. I remember visiting that castle. How to confuse future archaeologist 101, right? Some of it looks Eastern European, yes, some of it does, especially with the scarves and the hair coverings. Some of it, Timu pyramid lore. I don't even know what to call it, really. It's like the Timu version of the Giza pyramid. This should be interesting. It's not quite like the Dutch town that we've seen before. Let's see, this was filmed 29th of January of this year, so a few months back. And we are in Himeji, in Hyogo Prefecture, Japan. Famous for a high-speed pass. So we're going to watch 300 kph, and there it is, and there it goes. Sort of whooshing through, backwards and forwards all day. So when you arrive, best to take in that view before going on an excursion. So today's travel is going to be taking place in Himeji City. There's replica of Himeji Castle. It's a castle town, World Heritage Site, western part of Hyogo Prefecture, 30 minutes from Osaka, 3 hours from Tokyo. Remains of the castle town still intact in some places. Construction of Himeji Castle began in 1346. Complete form of the castle as we know it today, the White Heron Castle, not completed until 1609. It's beautiful. Recognized as a World Heritage Site due to its high aesthetic perfection as a Japanese wooden building from the 17th century. Lovely trees, too. All these large bonsais. We're going to skip the castle. Going to go to another castle in Himeji that almost no tourist goes to. Cameraman wanted to enter Himeji Castle, but it takes an hour to get round, so we're going to skip that. The unknown castle we're going to is located in a theme park that gathers World Heritage Sites around the world on a smaller scale. Nice Hamilton watch, by the way. You have good taste. You have very good taste, Mr. Travel Geek. But don't know why you're in such a rush. Is there a bus? Oh, okay. You needed to be at the bus stop in time. No wonder you were in a hurry. Right, half an hour rides toward the countryside to Uchigoe. We're going to be spending the entire day at a theme park. It's got a big German castle as its landmark. And there it is. Oh, it's stunning. German-style castle appeared in the middle of nowhere in Japan. Be the Germans the Japanese think you... Oh, no, wait. That could be taken entirely the wrong way. Don't... hang on. Right, we get off at the bus stop. 5-minute walk. It is now 10:54 a.m. at the time of filming. Another lovely view of the castle there. Okay, that's a lovely shot there. Very tranquil area. There's almost no one around. Perhaps a sign of depopulation in the countryside. But here's the entrance to the theme park. It's called Taiyo Park. Welcomed by the national flags of the Americans, the South Koreans, the French, the Chinese, and the Japanese. Oh, and we've also got the Italians, the Germans, and the Brazilians. Taiyo is a Japanese word for sun, so this is Sun Park. That's a rough translation there. Two areas in Taiyo Park. There's the stone area and the castle area. They're very big on stone sculptures and statues around these parts. We'll go into the stone area first, and then we'll check out the castle area later. This Komainu, a guardian lion dog, was crafted approximately 200 years ago by a powerful clan in Jilin province in China. Really? I mean, it looks ancient enough, doesn't it? This park was built with the desire to let people who find it difficult to travel abroad see the world. It's a very Japanese thing, isn't it? A lot of Japanese don't... They don't really travel internationally. So this is kind of a big thing of bring the rest of the world to them. Partly because it's expensive to travel outside of Japan. But also, you know, Japanese being high trust society members, sometimes they don't do so well in lower trust societies, you know. Jilin, former Manchuria, homeland of the Aisin Joro imperial clan. Interesting. The park was opened in 1992 by Kenzo Kataguchi. To enter the park, you just insert your money and buy a ticket from the vending machine here. Another very Japanese sort of thing. It is 1,500 yen, or about $10.50 per adult. It's almost like ordering ramen. There's approximately 70 different types of famous landmarks and buildings in over 20 countries in this park. Haruban, Korea. Oh, Korean sculptures, I see. And what surprises you first when you enter the stone area is the Arc de Triomphe. The original is in Paris. We've got scale replica here. They're lovely, isn't it? How the carvings both sides crafted down to the smallest detail. The Arc de Triomphe replica is surrounded by Mexican stone statues. Seems a bit strange and jarring, but, you know, guess it's the only spot they had room to put these. The oldest urban civilization in the Americas flourished in today's Mexico from around 1500 to 400 BC. Then at the walking path with literally no one, you see 1,000 Moai statues just staring at you. It looks like they have eyes painted on. It is very unsettling. Imagine seeing them at night alone. No, thank you. I don't want to. That would probably be nightmare fuel. The man who made this park, Kenzo Kadoguchi, was running many welfare facilities in Himeji at the time. Oh, so what, this was a tax write-off or something? Taiyo Park was open to allow people with disabilities to experience the feeling of traveling the world any time, also to provide employment opportunities for those with disabilities here. Oh, well, that's alright. For this reason, you see a lot of welfare facilities within the park. Interesting. He passed away in 2015, but the wonderful legacy left behind continues to heal the hearts of the people of Himeji. That's a good legacy, I suppose, yeah. And then you got the little peen boy statues from Belgium. All of them just needing to take a leak perpetually. Stone area alone is 33 acres, roughly the size of 18 professional football fields combined. There's also the castle area that we're going to after this. Can't forget about that. Oh, a scale model replica of the Statue of Liberty. This isn't the only replica of the Statue of Liberty in Japan. There's another one in Odaiba in Tokyo. You can actually get a fairly decent shot of the Tokyo skyline in the background and the Rainbow Bridge. And then in the foreground, you can have a scale replica of the Statue of Liberty. Common bit of trivia here. Statue of Liberty was not actually made in the US. It was a gift from France to the United States. And the Japanese, being such Francophiles, they want replicas. They commemorated the 100th anniversary of American independence. Then you've got these chubby people here. Sort of a stone statue. Maybe a Temu version of a Big Booty Latina, I don't know. Very bad Temu version. Remember hearing about Japan getting a copy of our Little Mermaid statue, and then a few years later hearing in the news the British gave the Americans the Liberty Bell as their gift. I think the Americans always had the Liberty Bell. Stores and restaurants in the Seoul area that seem to be permanently or temporarily closed. Probably, let's see, Welfare Shop Apollo, light snacks, tea, and souvenirs. Probably closed due to staffing issues. They don't have enough people to. Enough people to work there. The park opened back in 1992, but it seems to have struggled to attract as many tourists as it once did. Well, I mean, no rotating exhibits, and all you've got is stone sculptures and castles. I mean, that can only get you so far. We then get invited to ancient China from 2200 years ago. And what we are seeing now are replicas of the Terracotta Army. Collection of thousands of life-size clay soldier statues found in Xi'an, China. Surprising fact is that no two soldiers are exactly alike in the Terracotta Army. Reason you can't ever underestimate Tayo Park is this. That is impressive. What are we doing now? We are exploring a dying theme park in Himeji in Japan. They've got a replica here of the Chinese Terracotta Army. And we just saw a scale replica of the Arc de Triomphe from Paris. Terracotta Army originally built for Qin Shi Huang, first emperor of China. He wanted these soldiers to protect him in the afterlife, the world after death. Here we can pretend to be like an emperor before all of these soldiers. Oh, the UK... I'm not reading that, Travel Geek. Sorry for the cringy moment. That's alright. Just don't do it again. Actual Terracotta Army excavation site was like this. Yeah, some of them did not survive, unfortunately. It was unearthed in March 1974. So coming up on 50 years. Actually, over 50 years now. If I need soldiers in the afterlife, I need another afterlife, right? Starting to feel more like a history class. Oh, the UK did gift a replacement bell. Oh, well, that was nice of us, wasn't it? We are next guided towards the Great Wall of China, which I imagine this is going to be a lot easier to scale and walk through than the actual Great Wall, which I have been to, Chad. You have to be in really good shape to climb that thing. I'm not in very good shape. Even 10 years ago, when I went there, I was not in good shape. This replica of the Great Wall is just over a mile long. Soldiers of the Terracotta Army are like an NPC in a video game, yes, and the real Great Wall does not have any terracotta soldiers standing alongside. They do have handrails installed in some parts, and you are literally having to pull yourself up by your own weight. It is quite daunting to attempt to scale the Great Wall, and it is exhausting. Don't recommend it. I do not recommend it. The land where they were found on was the property of a local farmer who has since been compensated by the Communist Party. Uncharacteristically generous of them. Trying to dig a well accidentally came upon the statues. Isn't that how it always goes? Some of the greatest discoveries, quite by accident. And now we come to Tiananmen Gate. We come to Tiananmen Gate, main entrance to the Imperial City in Beijing. People's Republic of China proclaimed here in 1949. And Chinese people have been suffering ever since. Being alone in Tiananmen Gate seems so strange, though. Yeah, you definitely won't be alone with the real thing. Huge crowds gather even today. Like we're being left alone due to some state of emergency. Yes, it's almost like COVID all over again. A man is not considered a real man unless he's been on the Great Wall. Old Chinese saying. I guess I can call myself a real man then, because I've been on the Great Wall. Each building in the park looks surprisingly real. It does. Though, not really so much on the inside. Rather bare on the inside. Right, on we go. Let's see what else we can find. Oh, this is lovely, isn't it? Yongzhou Temple, known as the Twin Pagoda Temple. Iconic landmark of Taiwan City. I don't think I ever encountered this in my travels in China. He looks happy. Rather desolate, though. It's like a post-apocalyptic world or something. Late Ming Dynasty onwards seems like a slow, steady decline in Chinese history, with living conditions just getting worse and worse. Yeah. Still allowed to climb the temple. A lot of broken tiles. Though, thankfully, no tofu drag construction, though. It's... structure's built to last. Just need to do something about the tiles up there. Nearest people. All the way over there. And then they came over here. And no, we're not alone. But Travel Geek's a bit shy, so we're going to move on to another place. So, mind your step, trying to get down. And the Great Wall of China still stretches onward. Though that part looks like it's blocked off. Not sure why. Oh, safety reasons in the winter season. Might be a bit too icy up there or something. Who knows? I understand being shy, avoid people at all costs. You can see a lot of disabled people working here. That's good, given the dignity of honest work. Revenue from admission fees used to pay salaries to the people who work here, as you would expect with any good business. And so you avoid people at all costs, Jess, and yet I think you're one of the most sociable people I know. I remember most of South Korea and most of Southeast Asia having terrible construction quality reputations. Korea seems to have somewhat improved. Yeah, Korea, Singapore, Japan, to a certain extent Vietnam. But yeah, China, not so much. Yes, emphasis on online, Jess. And now we arrive at a Buddhist area with a large sleeping Buddha. Oh boy, has just plumb took it out. Embodying Munin Muso, being in a state of no mind, or empty mind. Head empty, no thoughts. But one is free from all distracting thoughts. Again, head empty, no thoughts. There's thousands of Jizo statues. Jizo is a popular guardian deity in Japan, especially for children and travelers. And they are beautifully bald, as it were. Now we're at Keisokuji Temple. Reconstruction of a temple that once existed in Himeji, Keisokuji. You can even make a small offering. At a Japanese temple, you put in a coin, put your hands together, make a gratitude and wish, and have a deep bow. And then you will not be seen as disrespectful at all. Declaration: I will be reborn 7 times to help unfortunate people with bodily, mental, and economic difficulties, and to contribute to the peace of humanity. Signed 4th of... I think that's the 4th of January 1967. Something seems off. We've suddenly traveled to ancient Egypt. Doesn't look very Egyptian, though. China really varies widely between companies and where in the country even local area construction is being done. Yes, quite. Got Sphinx statues, palm trees. And then we've got our Timu Giza pyramid here. I don't remember the pyramids having stair steps and double French doors. Feels more like a art museum. Oh, and if you collect stamps, there's one here for you. You can get 8 stamps in total. At almost all of the buildings that we've already visited. Oh well, we'll know for next time. Japan is obsessed with stamp rallies, and you can see stamp tables, even at train stations. Getting a stamp provides proof you definitely visited the place. Oh look, gigantic Deutschmarks. The Bank of Stone Money. Look, there's another stamp you can collect. But Travel Geek just wants to have a coffee and sit down. 140 yen, or about 98 cents US. He sounds like he needs a coffee break. You're so weird. Yes, I know. Adds to the charm. He says I've made up my mind. That could be dangerous. What have you made up your mind on? What are you doing? Oh. He's going to go back and do the stamp rally. 200 yen. $1.40 US. He's now going to revisit everywhere and get stamps. Sounds like a lot of walking. And he's going to try and do it quickly because he's hungry and he wants to have lunch. It's already noon. Let's see, terracotta army stamp. Where's that? There it is. It does add to the charm. I'm glad you agree. There's also a Great Wall of China stamp somewhere in here. Okay, that's 2. Temple of Stone Money, where we sat down with a coffee can a few minutes ago. Those who wonder, I use we so that you viewers can feel like you're actually experiencing it with me. You know, as if the first-person perspective wasn't enough. Okay, that's going to need some more ink. Pyramid stamp. Not ideal, but it'll do. Steady on. Keisokuji Temple. There's that one out of the way. It's practically running now, isn't he? Twin Pagoda Temple, Tiananmen Gate, that's all that's left. We have sped up the tape here. As he frantically searches for those stamps. Did he find them? No. No luck. Where are those stamp tables? Be a pity if they took them away and just... Wait a minute. Is that here? Up there. The place he hasn't been to yet is over here. I think we may have found them. Yes. There they are. Hiding in plain sight. Not something to show off to everyone, but there's a sense of accomplishment. Just one left. And we have accomplished. Stone area. Clap, 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 clap. Means the last one is at the German castle in the castle area. And that's where we're going to next. Revisiting the Arc de Triomphe. With a French flag that really needs to be unfurled there properly. German-style castle named Swan Castle in this park. 2/3 replica of Neuschwanstein Castle in Bavaria. And you have to ride those cable cars to get up there. Welcome to the Kingdom of Tayo, Sun, and Swan Castle. Lovely gates. It's like a miniature form of Germany in Himeji. Though I imagine if you brought actual Germans here, they would probably pick it apart autistically and find everything wrong with it. This German-style building appears to be the only shopping facility. And there's dining facilities there too. Might as well take a break and have lunch. The original one in Bavaria was built by a king in the 19th century as a private home using his own money and land. Oh, okay, so that's why those costumes were there. You can rent them. Various German, Scandinavian costumes. Japanese people have a deep love for European culture and have been familiar with classical music since elementary school. Be the Europeans the Japanese think you are. Inside of the building feels more like Japanese shopping arcade than anything else. Oh, that's cute. And here's the second floor with all of the nutcrackers. There's even a Dr. Nutcracker. So you buy food tickets by yourself at a ticket vending machine, similar to what we use to get into the park. Let's eat the signature dish, the Inago tendon set meal. 1,800 yen at about $12.60 US. And a bottle of beer. Asahi beer, to be more precise. They'll call out your ticket number. Looks like we're going with some Asahi Dry. Super dry, actually. If you're in doubt which beer brand to choose in Japan, choose Asahi. Goes well with any taste. I'm more of a premium malts man myself, but that's alright. Even though it's a German theme park, they do not serve lager beer. Seems a bit off. There's the original castle there. Naturally, his family and the Parliament of Bavaria declared him insane. His sole goal in life was to live in the countryside in comfort and with dignity near the Alps. And yet for that, he was declared insane. That doesn't sound like an insane person. That sounds like a man who just... Honestly, he sounds like the OG version of a man who just wants to grill, bruh. He sounds like the OG German grill bros. Would enjoy a nice tea. What sort of tea are you having today, Rosso? Got a lot of traditional Christmas decor. Advent displays. Ah, here's our meal. This is Inago tendon. Inago is a conger eel, type of saltwater eel. There's shibazuke pickles, Kyoto-style pickled vegetables with red shiso. Restoration potion from the Tima. Excellent! Of course, you can't ever miss a miso soup and a Japanese set meal. Love miso soup. Tendon refers to fried vegetables, meat, or fish on rice with a sweet soy sauce. Soy sauce seems a bit thick. For this one, we've got fried conger eel, nori seaweed, and shishito, Japanese chili pepper over rice. That sounds like a good combination. That's a big hunk of eel there. But a generous portion. It's good if you don't like eating raw eel. This is fried, so this is cooked thoroughly. Rice looks excellent, especially that soy sauce. This has a bit of a ski lodge vibe to it. That's probably what they were going for when they constructed it. Very cozy, very warm, very comfy. And this is simmered daikon radish with a starchy meat sauce. Meat sauce sounds good. Daikon radish is kind of so-so. It's alright. Now, what's this? Zenzai. 350 yen, or about $2.45 US. We're having it. Looks like sweet red beans? Traditional Japanese dessert soup made from... azuki beans, sweet red beans. Called it. And what are those? Some sort of dumpling? Oh, mochi. Mochi rice cakes. Only enjoy during the cold winter months. Yeah, it might be a bit too hot for summertime. And sometimes served with slices of salted kelp. Sort of mix up the flavour palette there a bit. Saltiness of the kelp makes it feel even sweeter somehow. Now, if you've never had Atsuki red beans from Japan, or an Atsuki red bean paste, give it a try. Especially if you have a Daiso in your area. These restaurants are almost exclusively run by Southeast Asians from Thailand, Vietnam, Malaysia, etc. The only exceptions run by Boomer. Interesting. Yes, and then quite often in America you've got Latin American chefs cooking up Chinese food in the kitchen. Welcome back. Thank you. Pretentious hipster millennials, massively overpriced and located in inner city areas in most international cities here in Denmark. I see. Let's see. Lots of signatures of Japanese celebrities who have dined here in this restaurant. So a pretty famous spot. Most beloved sushi craftsman in Japan. Sushi Zanmai's CEO. He's also been here. Might recognize him. Might recognize him from the statues. Right, time to go up the mountain to the Swan Castle. The lift is free. Just have to have your ticket to get into that portion of the museum. Looks like more signatures of famous people that have stopped by. Welcome back, thank you. Oh, it's not a cable car, it's looks like a monorail of some sort. Lift's not as nice as the ones I've been on in the Alps. Oh, it's not bad though. Ambient music is killing it. And the views from the top, fantastic. A very Japanese countryside spreading out down below. But up here, it's Deutschland. A very grand version of Deutschland. Two-thirds scale replica of the real one. Never been to Neuschwanstein Castle in my life. This one looks awesome. I've not been either. I should like to go. Be nice to see the real thing in person. This castle actually became the inspiration for Walt Disney's Sleeping Beauty castle. It's often referred to as the Fairy Tale Castle. I can see that. And then the Sleeping Beauty castle became the logo for Walt Disney Pictures. And became a major landmark in Disneyland. Atmosphere attracts Japanese medieval fantasy anime fans, and the castle's now become a popular spot for cosplayers. A cosplaying event here, that would be fun to see. That'd be a lot of fun to see. The inside, definitely not a replica of what you would find in the real castle. Lots of stairs to climb. Construction cost of the Swan Castle, 4 billion yen, or about $28 million US. Access to the castle and the interior had to be completely barrier-free, so handicap accessible. Biggest challenge in constructing the castle was creating a foundation that was adapted to the local mountainous terrain while faithfully maintaining the original castle design. Sounds very daunting. But they nailed it, almost perfect. Though, I don't think there's a large picture of an elephant in the real castle. And with that, the stamp rally is complete. Unfortunately, Travel Geek later lost his paper when getting on a bus leaving the park, so all of that effort is ultimately for naught. And on that terrible disappointment, we move to find a QR code that gives you augmented reality. With pteranodons flying about. Fire-breathing pteranodons. Rodan is attacking. And a building's on fire. And people are falling to their deaths. It's the Towering Inferno, chat. And then we walk in here. And everything's just sort of drawn with pen and ink. And there's a small Mona Lisa. That... yeah, don't mind her, chat. She's just dead. It's a rather quirky art museum. The interior is much more beautiful than the real one, rivaling Byzantine architecture. Yes. And then on the top floor of the castle, there's a banquet hall. You can have tea and snacks here. Supposedly. But sadly, there's no waiter to take your order. That's because the cafe is only open on the weekends, and this was filmed in the middle of the week. Seven-story structure. With lifts, of course. Right. To the throne room. Because every castle has a throne room. Or at least it's supposed to have a throne room. We hope it has a throne room. And here it is. Not sure how I feel about the mural, but it's a lovely throne. Well, I came here, a couple of cosplayers were taking photos of each other for like half an hour in here. More nutcrackers. But enough about my ex-wife. Hey! I remember those gimmick pictures all the souvenir places here and random shops and supermarkets used to sell them. Yeah. I usually get them in like the bottom of a cereal box or something like that. Everyone had these pictures in their homes. Grandparents on my father's side still have some in their house. Only on the weekends they actually hold a nutcracker making workshop here. Nutcracker dolls also popular in Japan, especially for Christmas decorations. There's a joke in there about Japanese women. I'm sure we'll find it eventually. The typical Japanese salaryman after the first train in the morning. Poor chap. Absolutely spent. Gorgeous. You feel alive just looking at this. Just the aesthetics. All of it. Just, it heals and nourishes the soul. And that view. Incredible. It's a pity that this whole park is kind of in decline. Hopefully they'll find some way to keep it open, keep it profitable. It'd be a pity if it all closed down, especially if that castle fell into ruin. I can't imagine how much it must cost to keep that up. Lacks a lot of the colour and painted patterns of the real one. Other than that, it looks spot on. Yeah, I suppose there's only so much you can do, especially with a scale replica. Alright, next lift is not for 15 minutes, but it only takes 10 minutes to walk down the mountain, so that's what Travel Geek's going to do. It's quite a blustery day today, as evidenced by that sound we just heard. That's the sort of days you want to bring a windsock for your microphone to avoid, or at least cut down on all that wind noise. Yeah. And cameraman decided, yeah, we'll wait for the lift. Don't want to get blown away. Oh, look at that. Wooden replica with popsicle sticks. And 10 men. Let's enjoy the air blower lottery machine. 1,000 yen, or about $7 per play. Need to sort of agitate it with a stick. And you grab one. Try to anyway. Try really hard to. And I got one. Got a 4. What do you get for 4? Oh, you get a cute little plushie. Quan. Got cats and doggos and seals and elephants and crabs and sleepy llamas. I chose the seal. Looks a bit like a Porsche. Remember, chat, do not the Porsche. Going to indulge my fancy for claw machines. Gambate. Gambate, you can do it. Come on. No. Pain Pecco. Come on, come on, come on. Grab it. Pain Pecco again. And on that terrible disappointment, it's time to end the video. We will leave a like. We will copy the link. Oh, rock, paper, scissors time, chat. 1, 2, 3. Paper.